quickly. Thank you for hitting record. So I am Dr. Kalia Johnson. I am a co-chair of COTAD Engage, and together with Whitney Harris, again, we are excited to have you all with us this evening. Y'all, this year would not be possible without the unyielding work. I have never seen a group have this much energy and keep it up for this long, but our 10th anniversary subcommittee, I called them the Fab Four. Shami, bless her, she is so sweet, said we were the Fab Six, but no, the Fab Four. You all are going to hear from them in just a little bit about all of our activities for the year. But this group has and continues to plan amazing activities for us to really reflect about the impact and the critical work that the organization has been doing, the coalition that we continue to build as a community with occupational therapy practitioners, educators, and students, but also the visioning work that COTAD is doing in terms of the work that is on the horizon. But again, for those who are just joining us, please share in the chat where you're joining from this evening and your reasons for joining us tonight. But I will stop there and turn it over to our Fab Four. Y'all have a blessed evening.
I was on mute. Welcome everyone to the COTAD 10-year Extravaganza celebration. It's been an amazing decade of advocacy, community, and also hope. And you all have played an important part in this role in COTAD. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Shanteria, and welcome everyone. The committee will introduce themselves here in just a moment, but we wanted to kick off the event with some remarks, so I will get started with that. So thank you all so much for joining our virtual end of year gathering as we celebrate a decade of the Coalition of Occupational Therapy Advocates for Diversity, who you know as COTAD. This is truly a momentous occasion, and we are thrilled to see so many familiar faces, new friends, and colleagues joining us. We also want to acknowledge that some of you might not be feeling very celebratory right now. There are multiple genocides currently going on all around the world, in Armenia, the Congo, Darfur, India, Myanmar, Palestine, and many more. This is why groups that are oriented around justice and anti-oppression are so important. It's essential that we create community with one another to inspire and encourage each other to speak out against injustice and to hold each other when we're feeling overwhelmed and burnout from the atrocities going on around the world and in our communities. We'll hear a bit more on this from Dr. Arameh Anvarizadeh, COTAD's chair and one of the original co-founders of the organization. So we also want to acknowledge the reality that COTAD was created out of a need to confront oppressive systems and forces within academia, healthcare, and the field of occupational therapy. The tension is palpable, but it's in recognizing this tension that we find the fuel for our collective fire. As we reflect on the remarkable journey of COTAD over the past 10 years, it's essential to recognize the dedication and hard work that has gone into advancing diversity within our profession.
From inspiring the creation of 132 active student-led COTAD chapters across the country, to mobilizing representatives to serve in multiple sectors of the field, such as AOTA, AOTF, ACOT, and so many more, to creating the first Ignite series, a series of educational discussions dedicated to diversity, equity, inclusion, justice, and accessibility, to producing new knowledge through research and publications, to hosting annual community service projects, to supporting capstone students in their academic pursuits, and guiding OT students through a collaborative mentorship program. We've collectively achieved so much, and it's a testament to the passion and commitment of each and every one of you here today. We're here because we know that change is overdue, and our presence tonight is a testament to that shared commitment to dismantling barriers, breaking prejudices, and creating a more inclusive and just occupational therapy community. As we reminisce about the 10 years, let's also look forward to the future with a renewed sense of purpose. It isn't just a celebration, it's a call to action. Together, we have the power to make a lasting change to foster a profession that truly reflects the diversity of the world we serve. We also like to briefly mention that although this was advertised as a members-only event, we do have some special guests in attendance. If you are one of these non-member attendees, we would like to thank you for your support of COTAD. We couldn't have gotten through the past 10 years without you. So COTAD comrades, let's engage with one another. Let's share our stories and draw inspiration from the challenges we face. Let's mobilize, not just for tonight, but for the years to come. COTAD has been a force for positive change, and we have no doubt that with the continued dedication, the next 10 years will continue to be even more transformative. And so we are the 10-year anniversary committee. My name is Dr. Shanteria Carr, and I live here in Washington, D.C. And we're going to share with you either what are we most proud of our committee, or what we love about working with the committee. And for me, what I love about working with the committee, I'll do two short things very quickly, is working with the students, Shameen and Jay. I learned so much from them, their innovation that they brought to the committee with their ideas and their dedication. It lets me know that the future of our profession is going to be in great hands. And also meeting all the committee members and building that relationship with them and getting to know each other on a personal level has been really meaningful to me as I work with them.
All right, I'll go next.
I was wondering, should I go? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Whitney. You're next, I guess.
All right. Well, hi everyone. It is so nice to see many of your faces. I am Whitney Harris. I am the co-chair of COTAD Engage, and I'm so happy that all of y'all are here tonight. One thing that I just have loved as being a part of this committee is the collaboration that I see on these folks that are here tonight. They step up at all times. They're just so supportive of each other. And I think that's a huge part of why we can make these events so great, is because we are open and honest of what we can do, and open and honest of what we can collaborate on, and what we can, step up to. So I just appreciate everyone for using their talents to make these things happen. And then I'll pass it off to you, Adi.
Sorry for cutting off a moment ago, Whitney. Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Adi Santos, and I think I echo what Shanteria and Whitney had to say. Working with this committee has been a really amazing experience. But to give a specific thing that I've really loved or that I'm proud of is creating projects as a part of the 10-year that feel really exciting and new and celebratory. I think working with the team, and especially Shameen and Jay, on the chapter challenge was really amazing. And then I also want to give a shout out to OTEA, the Occupational Therapists for Environmental Action. We collaborated with them on our annual service project this year. And I think that was one of the things that I loved the most. All right, I'll pass it to you, Jay.
Hi, thanks, Adi. I'm going to echo what everyone has already said so far. This has just been such a positive experience. I feel like I've grown so much in the past year, and being able to work with these folks at all different levels, from the co-founders to educators to researchers to the chapter members themselves, has been really, really cool. So I would say that one of my favorite parts, there's so many, it's hard to choose one, would be working on the innovation challenge and getting that interaction with chapter members and chapter leaders directly, and getting to kind of collaborate on some ideas and support them in their advocacy efforts in their own community. So that was really cool to see. And it's really a testament to how much potential the chapters have and how much passion is there to create positive change in the world. So it's been awesome.
Good evening again, everybody. Kalia Johnson here. One of the highlights for me over this year was being able to interface with everyone. Like the committee was really intentional about creating moments where COTAD leaders and members were able to meet in person. So whether it was the celebration lunch at conference, or chapters getting together and having meetups with local practitioners, or if you were at the Ed Summit and some other spaces where we were. I was blessed to be able to attend most of those, but seeing the energy from membership and people coming together to discuss ideas and share memories about sort of like the COTAD of old, but also doing some envisioning of COTAD the new. And I'll yield the floor to Shami.
Thank you, Dr. Kalia. Hi, everyone. My name is Shanmeen Sultana. I am a second-year Master's of Occupational Therapy student at Wayne State University based in Detroit, Michigan. And like everyone said, there's so many things to love about working on this committee. It's been an honor this past year. I only joined COTAD less than 2 years ago when I started my program, but I feel like serving on this committee has been so cool to see how much progress COTAD has made in its young first 10 years, and I'm really excited to see the future 10 years and more. I would have to agree with Jay that my favorite part on serving in the committee has been helping to plan the innovation challenge. That was an idea that just kind of came about, and I loved how the committee really supported Jay and myself, even though we are students, but they treated us as equals and took our ideas very seriously and took our feedback. And I think having organizations like this that believe in students' ideas and help bring these projects to fruition are really, really important and vital to helping us become young practitioners. So that would definitely be the highlight for me this past year.
All right, everyone. So now we're going to welcome our very special guest, Dr. Arameh Anvarizadeh, who will be providing us with some of her own remarks. So please give her your undivided attention.
Hi, everyone. My husband's giving me a pound as he walks out the door to get my 2-year-old. So great to see you all. My voice is pushing, so bear with me, everyone, okay? I'm so excited to be here. COTAD, my first baby, right? And so many of us who birthed this, who have nurtured it, who have watched it grow. When there was just 1 or 2 people attending events, y'all, presentations, meetings, when there were $0 in the bank to even have a 10-year celebration, when there was just a blank canvas of ideas and opportunities to make this profession better, to make the world better through anti-racism and anti-oppression. For many, you have been here since the beginning, growing with us, laying the foundation. I see people here who have been here since the beginning. It makes me smile, keeping us close through ups and downs, through lessons learned, and through victories. And many of you have recently joined the remarkable organization. Regardless of when, you are part of this work. You are seen, you are heard, and more importantly, you belong. All we have ever wanted was to create a space that was not only safe, but through grassroots efforts, with passion and with energy, to steer our profession to be equitable, inclusive, and diverse. To be focused on justice and accessibility so that all peoples, populations, and communities, including our OT community, can live a meaningful and fulfilling life. From 6 diverse founders who were emerging leaders, literally, we were in the Emerging Leaders program, who simply had a vision, to now celebrating 10 years It is an incredible and emotional journey, yet a story about resilience, community building, and transformation. This groundwork has opened the doors for others to occupy space in this equity work. It has created hundreds of student leaders. It has developed culturally responsive practitioners, and it has created healthier communities. Our conversations, our programming, our legislative efforts, our professional activism, our desire to hold institutions and populations who engage in harm and injustices accountable, our work in ensuring that OT spaces are safe, such as our upcoming annual conference, our collaboration, our partnerships, this movement, this coalition, this organization has been a pillar of and for our community and beyond. A space that was never available, a network that was much needed but nowhere to be found, yet we developed it on the strength of this belief, the idea that we, all of us, belong and deserve a space. Now, with pride, we are marching into our next 10 years with, yes, still with so much work that needs to be done, as we are lifting ourselves from the COVID fog and from social unrest, as our mental and our physical state has been impacted, we must still push forward. The next 10 years, we plan to be even more influential in developing pathways for diverse leaders to grow, mentoring and loving on our future OT practitioners, staying committed to our mission, vision, and strategic plan so that we can truly envision a transformative workforce. We do this through not being reactionary, yet we do this through being grounded. We do this through being smart, being smart decision makers. We do this through the eyes of the community, for the people, and in the name of liberation. Our next 10 years will allow for new leaders. I can't be here forever, right? For new leaders to grow the organization. Through a capital campaign, our hope is that this organization will be supported financially so that we continue to sprinkle good trouble wherever we set foot, right? We will be implementing many projects, such as the work we are doing on creating equitable fieldwork experiences, building scholarships for students, new practitioners, and researchers, developing increased content around disability rights and accessibility, focusing on leaning into our OTA community, and of course, finishing up our wonderful advocacy series while establishing a human rights event potential series, which we are all very excited about and committed to. We feel it is very important to address this series because it is no secret that we have been witnessing devastation around us, around all of us. As we are now at the start of the Universal Month for Human Rights, our hearts weigh heavy with the many atrocities that are taking place around the world. The very first article of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, developed by the United Nations, states that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. We, as an occupation-based organization, want to take this a step further in the belief that all human beings have a right to occupational justice, or the rights of every individual to be able to meet basic needs and to have equal opportunities and life chances to reach towards her or his potential, but specific to the individual's engagement in diverse and meaningful occupation. You know, Willard and Townsend. Oftentimes, due to this conflict, this right is upended, causing distress to us as practitioners, advocates, and fellow human beings. However, we would like to emphasize the importance of challenging mindsets that unfairly holds individuals or groups accountable for their actions. Recognizing that our focus is on occupational therapy profession, we must not ignore the key word occupation, whether that is during times of conflict or peace. Occupation, occupancy, to be occupied. There is a lot of turmoil in this world, and it is impacting us in so many ways. We are so blessed to live in the West, where we have not experienced living in war. Conflict, wars, and violence are by no means a thing of the past, simply because we have not lived through one. If we acknowledge one, then we must say the names of others who too are being occupied and who are simply trying to survive in conflict. People are grieving. People are responding the best way that they can. And one of the most important things is to find common ground with the people around you. Using our OT lens, how do we function here together? From territorial disputes to civil wars, to political instability, to transnational terrorism, the human race is simply trying to survive. From Nagorno-Karabakh to Kurdish, Turkish, to Russia, Ukrainian, to Israel and Palestinian, the war in Afghanistan, the Syrian civil war, the instability in Iraq, the Yemen civil war, Libyan civil war, South Sudanese civil war, the conflict between Iran and the United States, India and Pakistan, instability in Lebanon, Egypt, the Tigray war in Ethiopia, instability in the DRC, Congo, the Mali war, terrorism in Pakistan, Somalia, Kenya, militancy in Nigeria, the ethnic cleansing of Rohingya, violence in the Central African Republic, East China Sea dispute. Must I go on? COTAD has its mission. We are surely not the UN. But one thing we must do is advocate for a stance that recognizes the complexity and the multi-layered nature of these historical, religious, political, and cultural situations. We are not here for the moment when it's a popular topic on social media. We are here for the long-term, institutional, systemic changes, and it is crucial to approach discussions with sensitivity and empathy, acknowledging the diversity of opinions within these communities who want, need, and must be liberated. Thus, we will be hosting a transformative event that aims to center empathy and foster understanding by lending an ear to voices whose occupational profiles are directly affected by these conflicts. Their stories will shed light on the human side of occupancy and inspire us to strive for a more compassionate and interconnected profession. COTAD reiterates its mission of empowering occupational therapy leaders to engage in practices that increase JEDI, anti-racism, and anti-oppression for a transformative occupational therapy profession. And we advocate for people's rights to engage in meaningful occupation wherever they are, whether in areas of conflict or times of peace. Our future as a profession and as a human race starts with how we listen, how we respond, and ultimately how we treat each other. And my call to action in whatever space that I occupy is that this work, there can be many ways and forms of action, some loud, some quiet. What there is no room for in this work is confusion, chaos, or division. There is space for all of us to serve in equity and justice work. There is space for all of us to be present in meaningful change. There is absolutely no space to divide because that is the core of colonization and white supremacy. And anyone pushing that agenda to divide, no matter who we are, will weaken the powerful change that must occur. So without further ado, and in the spirit of alignment and unification, and on behalf of the board, I want to thank the 10-year subcommittee. When I had this idea to have this year-long celebration, the phenomenal COTAD Engage leaders, which is both Dr. Khalila Johnson and Miss Whitney Harris, were completely excited for what we called a birthday party. And I said, we're gonna have a one-year birthday party. With their leadership, they found more leaders, and those leaders gathered more until we formed this wonderful committee. So Dr. Adi Santos, thank you. Thank you for spearheading this work. You have been beyond incredible in how you organize and how you communicate, respond, your timeliness, and the support of the vision, and just being simply remarkable, right? Dr. Shantaria Carr, thank you for your sacrifice, your dedication, your commitment, your leadership, your poise, and your stamina. You are so appreciated. Jay, who recently graduated, shout out, and Shamin, who is a student. To be in this space as leaders, you are the future. Thank you for your energy, for your passions, and for your presence. You are needed, and we are grateful for you. Thank you for your leadership. And lastly, thank you to all of you, our members. There is no us without you. There is no you without us. There is no anyone, right? The ideas, the programs, the movement, it is all in collaboration with you. Grassroots movements start at the root, and that is how we have grown together from the root. And when you are grounded in this way, there is no uprooting, just uplifting and manifesting even more positive change, more greatness, and more good trouble. Dr. Gail Fisher, I know you're in the audience. I know you're going to like that good trouble line. I hope that you enjoyed this celebration today, y'all. Thank you for your time, for your energy, and for simply showing up in more ways than one. Upward and onward, everyone, and to the future. Cheers.
Mic drop. Thank you, Dr. Anvarizadeh. Absolutely powerful, powerful, powerful words. Thank you.
Yeah, so powerful. I don't know about y'all, but I have chills right now. I got a little tear in my eye. It was so powerful, Dr. A. Thank you so much.
Okay, I am now going to share my screen.
Happy 10-year anniversary, COTAD! Woo!
It's been a wonderful experience. I was always really inspired by the COTAD leadership and the COTAD founders as a student. So it's been amazing to be on the other side and get to see the chapter's growth and the students' growth. And it's been amazing to be a part of this new committee and see where the committee grows as well.
I think one thing that has been really great about COTAD is that they really pull from people's strengths and have them utilize those in whatever way that means for them.
I'm just proud because we were grassroots. We had no budget. We had no office. We just had passion, a vision, and an idea to create the change that we wanted to see. I'm just proud of us. And so now we're continuing the work. It's a celebration, all 2023, and I welcome everyone to be part of this big party. Anyway, I'm excited. Yay! Happy birthday, COTAD. Happy 10-year. I love all y'all. Mwah.
All right, thank you all. Whitney, I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, so that was a video with a summary of some of the things that has occurred over the year. And we're going to provide you with a little bit more details. So first up, we have our 2023 awardees. Every year at the COTAD luncheon or breakfast, we honor the chapter of the year and also outstanding faculty members and excellent in mentorship. So starting off with the chapter of the year, it was awarded to Washington University in St. Louis. They have accomplished a lot throughout this year that was aligned with COTAD's mission. So through 10 programs and five fundraisers, as what they've been putting out as a chapter, they have hosted multiple events within creating a safe space series. They've also organized and implemented interdisciplinary Narcan training for nearly 150 students and foster partnerships with local senior and youth centers, both through grant writing and also collecting supplies. They have also initiated a big sibling mentorship program with a local high school. And in recognition of their accomplishments, they received a monetary award from COTAD, and also all chapter members were provided with a student study packet from NAPCOT. The Chapter of the Year award is so well deserving to these fierce advocates. So congratulations. Next, we have the Outstanding Faculty Award, which was awarded to Dr. Debbie Francis at DUville University. Dr. Francis is a clinical assistant professor, and she was awarded this award because of how she embodies COTAD's mission and vision. Her nomination included that she demonstrate extensive dedication and devotion, facilitated inclusivity and accessible academia to empower future occupational therapists. She was the founding faculty advisor for the COTAD chapter at her university and has been serving as an advisor for the past 3 years. Next, we have the Excellent in Mentorship, which was awarded to Dr. Susan Misiago of Campbell University. She was nominated by her mentee, Ashley Rodriguez. Ashley found COTAD membership program after applying to 6 OT programs. However, she was denied. And because of this, she felt a huge rejection from the profession and wasn't sure that this career was for her. However, after connecting with Dr. Misiago, she felt respected, she felt included, and she also felt welcome. From the conversations that they had and the relationship they was able to build, she decided to reapply to the next cycle of admissions and was accepted to 2 OT programs and now is a first-year master's student. Thank you, Dr. Francis and Dr. Misiago, for your leadership, commitment, and spirit this year. I think it advanced all the way to the end. Go back one. Yep, right there. All right, so next within what we consider Q2 was the annual COTAD luncheon. We had this during the AOTA Inspire 2023 conference in Kansas City. And it was a way for us to gather together as a community to celebrate the 10 years of advocacy and action. The luncheon consisted of a speaker panel that was hosted by Dr. Yolanda Soares Barcazar. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And the panel speakers also included some of COTAD's co-founders and leaders. Also in conjunction with the luncheon, it served also as a fundraiser. COTAD collaborated with the Occupational Therapists for Environmental Action to donate to Global One Urban Farming, a Kansas City Black-owned and operated nonprofit that grows and donates organic produce to seniors, veterans, and also low-income families. In addition to bringing awareness to the intersection of climate change and social justice, COTAD and OTA collectively raised $1,300, and all proceeds was donated to Global One Urban Farming.
All right, this brings us to quarter 3 of our 10-year anniversary, where during the summer of 2023, COTAD chapters had the opportunity to compete for funding by submitting sustainable and innovative project ideas addressing their community needs. 5 semifinalist teams proceeded to live interviews, where the selection committee awarded $300 to each of the top 3 winning COTAD chapters to support the implementation of their projects. One of the winning teams was Alyssa Chijom and Zoe Klontz, OT students from Florida Gulf Coast University's COTAD chapter. Their exciting project, titled Dope Extravaganza, empowers students with disabilities and intersecting marginalized identities to express themselves in a safe environment through a 3-week youth fashion program, utilizing sustainable materials when possible and culminating in a fashion show extravaganza. Their project title actually inspired the name of our event tonight, the COTAD 10-year extravaganza. Another one of our winning teams was Yanis Alejo and Alicia Hilton, OT students from the Seton Hall University COTAD chapter. Their innovative project was titled Campus Inclusion and Community Center, where they wanted to create a physical and moderated digital safe space for students, particularly students of color, at their university through the establishment of a Campus Inclusion and Community Center, complete with a grand opening celebration. This center is designed to allow students to connect with other students and leaders of color on campus, to organize inclusive programming, and help cultivate a much-needed sense of belonging and community on Seton Hall University's campus for years to come. Last but not least, another one of our winning teams was Cami Rowitzer and Madison Carlson, OT students from the University of South Dakota's COTAD chapter. Their exciting project was titled The OT Library Jedi Strikes Back, and their project consisted of offering readings of children's books donated when possible that highlight underrepresented populations and experiences at a local library in rural South Dakota. Student volunteers are helping to facilitate associated reading activities, and the goal of their project was to expand their community's awareness of different cultures and identities, promote childhood literacy, and provide a safe space for children in their community to learn and ask questions about Jedi topics. On that note, we actually have the pleasure of being joined by Cami and Madison today. So I'm going to hand off the next slide to them, where they will be sharing a little bit more about how their project is progressing. So Cami and Madison, you can take it away.
All right. Well, hello. My name is Cami, and I am the co-chair along with Maddie, who is also here with me. And to start us off, the main problem that we were looking at in our community, with it being so rural in South Dakota, is that there really is not a lot of exposure to different cultures and diversity, especially as it has been removed from a lot of the school programs. So we wanted to find a way that we could address those issues and reach out to children as well.
So our first idea was to go into schools, but unfortunately there are some laws that kind of stopped us from being able to do that. So our next thought was to work with a local library to host reading events and also activities involved. And the books we chose for these events and just to guide us were taken from a guide that already has some selected anti-bias children's books.
With that, we've gotten a lot of good feedback from people at COTAD. So far, we've had 2 events that have not had anyone attend, which is a bummer, but also anticipated for the region. But we've gotten a lot of feedback to continue promoting the event with flyers. We've been hanging those up all around town in pretty much any building that will let us, and putting some posts online as well to see if we can reach people through social media. And overall, we are still persistent and continuing to do these events as much as we can, even with the lack of interest. But we're working on making some modifications so that we can hopefully reach the wider audience that we're hoping for.
So our next steps to kind of modify our plan, since we have had some changes. So first we'd like to just create a series of lesson plans that would include a theme for the lesson plan, books that could be read or even listened to if there are YouTube recordings of them, and then activities that could be done with them, and then different conversation prompts for families or programs to have with these children. And then this set of lesson plans could be shared with other COTAD chapters, library programs, other organizations, or just made public for anybody to reach, especially like parents, or just anyone interested. We would also like to make more of a partnership with the library to possibly implement these lesson plans or reading events into their current after school program. So overall, like, we're really excited to keep trying to figure out how to get this into the community and hopefully be persistent enough that we do see some success and have some people joining us or using our resources. But any feedback or recommendations are always welcome also.
I just want to jump in here really quickly and say, Cami and Maddie, first of all, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. It was amazing to hear about your project from y'all. And it's been really exciting to watch your journey from your project application and just the ideas that were kind of rolling around in your brain, and then seeing some execution. And the thing that I'm most impressed by about y'all's work is how you're continually pivoting and figuring things out. You're running into barriers, but you're not letting those barriers stop you. And that really speaks to the nature of advocacy work, anti-racism, anti-oppression. And it's even a large field, a large part of OT itself, right? As a field, is identifying barriers and breaking them down and not giving up in the face of barriers. So thank you both so much for your work, and don't give up. Keep trying. There are people out there who can benefit from this project, and I believe that you're going to connect with them. So just keep up the good work. You guys have been so awesome. Thank you for being here. And just to transition a little bit into our next activity, the next part of our 10-year extravaganza. So there is something, some of you may have heard of it. It's called Padlet, but it's basically a collaborative discussion board. And I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. So I encourage you all to pull it up on your own devices. And as you'll be able to see, actually, could someone please pull up the link on this computer, the one we're sharing screen from? And then we'll just talk through a little bit how the Padlet is going to work. But the point of this activity and the gift of this activity is that we all get to kind of come together and have conversation with each other, to celebrate our successes and our accomplishments in the past year. And then also to think about where we're at right now, current things that are happening within and outside of COTAD, and then looking forward, what can we do in the future? What have we learned from this year and from these past 10 years that we can take, put in our tool belt, and modify how we're approaching things into the future to be even better, do even more advocacy work, and make even more positive change.
Does everyone have the link, or is everyone able to get the link, or do you need me to share it?
It's in the chat, but can you share the website on the screen for us?
Oh, no. Let's see.
Yeah, so you'll have to click the link in the chat.
Here we go. Thanks, y'all, for your patience. All right, can y'all see that on the screen? Thumbs up. Yep, okay, great.
Yes, thank you so much, Whitney. Hopefully, everyone is able to see that. And for those who are, so there are already 3 kind of discussion posts that are already pinned up. What's gone well? What can we do better? And what's most meaningful to us? So the committee, we encourage you all to comment on those posts if you feel so inclined to respond, but also feel free to throw up any random thoughts that you have or feelings that you have as we're looking back and looking forward into the future. So you can respond to one of those 3 posts or make your own, totally up to you. And there are already so many great responses coming up. Thank you all so much for your engagement. Keep those responses coming to drive this conversation. But I'll just read out a few that are catching my eye right off the bat. Under what's most meaningful to us, someone said having a space to join with those who have our shared values and priorities, definitely meaningful and really productive in this kind of work. Being able to develop cultural humility, that's a huge one. Safety to show up fully as me. So happy to see that one, especially. That's so vital in any space, feeling safe and being able to show up authentically. And then under what can we do better? Some people have said more connection with local chapters. I agree, love that. Working with individual chapters to nurture their agenda, being able to pay for individual membership. Event details can be clearer. Talking to program directors and universities, absolutely. And then some of the things that have gone well. There's great support for student leadership and activism. As a former COTAD chapter chair myself, I would 100% agree with that. There was so much support and so much love coming from leadership for the chapter members and leaders. Building bridges across multiple stakeholder groups. The numbers of leaders COTAD is cultivating, absolutely. Uplifting new leaders. These are all awesome responses. Thank you so much, y'all, for participating. And if anyone feels inclined to share out loud and borrow some of the space here in the Zoom celebration, please feel free to do so. I'll mute myself now.
I just wanted to say I'm a member of Occupational Therapists for Environmental Action. And, we are a newer organization and finding our way. And the responsiveness of COTAD when we reached out to work together in collaboration for the last conference, sharing exhibit space at the conference, it was really, really amazing. So thank you so much for that.
I'll add something if there's space for that and time for that. I've been so impressed by the number of chapters and the student engagement. And sometimes when students leave their cohort and they move out into the OT and health service world or wherever they are, it's sometimes hard to keep them engaged in further developing leadership roles. So I kind of stuck that in as one of my things to work on, because I feel like you have such a force amongst the students, and that how to kind of corral that energy to continue on without people losing touch or losing that connection. Just a thought.
right, everyone, thank you so much for your thoughts. Thank you for sharing and engaging in this conversation with us. I'm so proud of all of the accomplishments listed and all of the successes that we've shared. It seems like a lot of people are really happy with the work that COTAD has done so far. I know that I'm so grateful and so privileged to be involved with COTAD and part of this work. Are there any other final thoughts on where we've been before, where we are now, and where we're going in the future before we move on to our next activity? All right, thank you so much, everyone. So that'll bring us to our next activity, which is the Kahoot. So if we could direct our screen back to that, that would be amazing.
Awesome. I will do that. And Audie, were you going to say something? I saw you on mute.
I was. Thank you, Whitney. I just am reading through some of the comments here, and I see a few in the what we can do better section that I wanted to just address briefly. And one of that was around like event details and how to join the link and things not being clear. And I just kind of wanted to take that on really quickly. I know with this event, it might have seemed a little confusing. In terms of how to register. And I think part of that was we were really trying to intentionally make this a members only space, for COTAD members only. And so trying to figure out a way to do that was a little bit challenging, but I can appreciate y'all's feedback that it wasn't a very clear and easy process. So I just wanted to acknowledge that there was a method to our madness, but it might not have been implemented in a way that worked for everyone. So I just wanted to add that, but thank you for sharing.
All right, everyone. So I will be leading our Kahoot game. So if everyone can please grab a device if you have one nearby you, a phone, a tablet, iPad, and go to www.kahoot.it. I will also drop the link directly in the chat to our game, and I'll go ahead and share my screen. So you can join the game. So you can join 3 different ways. You could either click the link in the Zoom chat, which will make you play on your device that you're logged into Zoom on, or if you want to use a separate device like your phone, you can enter this game pin after going to www.kahoot.it on your web browser. And you can, if you want to, you can also scan this QR code right here if you prefer to enter the game that way. You can use your real name, you can use an anonymous name, we just ask you to be respectful, and you can choose an avatar and customize your avatar on Kahoot. So there's different animals you can choose from and different accessories. And once we have people join, we can go ahead and get started in a little bit. Hopefully everybody likes Kahoot music, so I'm gonna turn it on. You hear it okay? I know. All right, so just for the sake of time, this is the last call to join the Kahoot game. If you haven't already, again, the link is in the chat, or you can join by going to www.kahoot.it on your phone web browser and entering the game pin 4561547. My apologies for not saying it out loud earlier. This is the last call to join the Kahoot game if you want to play. And just as a precursor, all these questions are related to COTAD, how COTAD was started, all the things COTAD has accomplished over the years, things of that nature. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start the game. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. All right, first question. What does the acronym COTAD stand for? Coalition of Occupational Therapy, Community of Occupational Therapy, or Community of Diverse Occupational Therapy. Yes, it is blue. Most of you got it. It is, so COTAD does stand for Coalition of Occupational Therapy Advocates for Diversity. So we are just getting warmed up here, folks. We will go to the next question. Righty. What year was COTAD founded? Is it a 2008, B, 2010, 2014, or D, 2016? It is C, 2014 was when COTAD was founded. So a hint would have been we're here for COTAD's 10-year anniversary, and it is almost 2024. So 2014 was when COTAD was born. Next question, true or false? COTAD empowers OT leaders to engage in practices that increase JEDI, anti-racism, and anti-oppression. True or false? It is true. COTAD's mission is to empower OT leaders to engage in practices that increase JEDI, anti-racism, and anti-oppression. Well done. Right, next question. Name the colors of the original COTAD logo. Is it yellow, orange, purple, and blue, red, orange, purple, and yellow, blue, black, white, and gray, or red, orange, green, blue, purple? The original COTAD logo, not the current one. Most of you, okay, the majority did get this right. Yep. So if you've been around with COTAD for a while, you may remember our original COTAD logo before. It was blue, black, and white. It was red, orange, green, blue, and purple. It's a tough question. All right, next question. How many committees does COTAD have? Is it 5, 6, 7, or 10? It is 6. COTAD has 6 committees. Right, next question, true or false? all COTAD chapters have been started by students. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true. All COTAD chapters have been started by students. Our COTAD chapters are student-started and student-led, although sometimes faculty do help to start these chapters with the students, but it is always student-led. Well done. All right, question 7. How many active COTAD chapters do we currently have across the country? Is it A, 132, B, 99, C, 75, or D, 154? It is A, 132. We have 132 active COTAD chapters across the country currently. And if you're ever curious as to who those chapters are made up of, you can always head to the COTAD chapters website, and there is a public list of COTAD chapters. All right. Question 8. What school had the first COTAD chapter? Was it West Coast University, Texas Women's University, University of Florida, or Boston University? It was West Coast University. They started the first COTAD chapter, and if you were listening closely during Adi's opening statement, Adi did mention that West Coast University started the first COTAD chapter. That was a difficult question if you haven't been around with COTAD for long. All right, 2 more questions. True or false? The COTAD Ignite series started in June 2020 in response to social unrest, particularly with the murder of George Floyd. Is it true or false? True. Our incredible COTAD Ignite series did start in June 2020, and it has been going strong ever since. Last question, true or false? Although a virtually run national organization, COTAD can have capstone students. Is it true or false? True. Everybody got it. Well done. Yes. So COTAD National does take on capstone students to help support them through their capstone projects. All right, let's see who our winners are. So in 3rd place, we have Adi. Is that you? In 2nd place, we have Angelica. Well done. And in 1st place, Kiki. Well done, everyone. That was incredible. So we actually have a little gift for our 1st place winner for the Kahoot. So Kiki, if you can please DM me in the chat your email address, and we will send you a COTAD t-shirt for winning our Kahoot game.
I'm Kiki. Yes. And so because I took 1st, Audie took 3rd, Angelica, congratulations.
That's fair enough. All right, Angelica.
Angelica, you'll be getting this lovely 10-year COTAD shirt. Woohoo! Congratulations.
Well done, everyone. Thank you all for participating. All right. We are close to closing out our event. I know many of you have been and eagerly waiting our raffle results. So for those who weren't aware, this event was free to everyone who signed up, but you did have an option to donate $1 to enter our COTAD raffle to win a copy of Occupational Identity: Journeys of Minoritized Occupational Therapists Across Race, Religion, and Culture by Dr. Ala Abu Arab and Erica V. Herrera, as well as COTAD. So this book was written in conjunction together with all of us. And so if you donated $1, you were entered once into the raffle, and for every additional $5 you donated during registration, that was an additional ticket for the raffle. So we can move on to the next slide, and we will see who our winner is for the raffle. Drum roll, please, everyone. Yes, thank you, Dr. Allah, for donating a free copy of your book. We are so excited to give it away. Drum roll, please, everyone. All right, this might be a little small, but I think we can make it big screen. So if you click the play button, please, Whitney, and then you can make it big screen.
Sorry, it's a little delayed. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
You got it. Susan Magassi, are you still here with us?
I am here.
Yay,
I never win raffles. Thank you.
That's so funny. This is your first. Congratulations. So you will be
I appreciate it and look forward to reading it and sharing it with my students.
Oh, we love to hear that. Thank you so much for donating. Thank you everyone who participated in the raffle. The donations for the raffle will help COTAD move forward with their educational programming and just with running our national organization. So thank you everyone who participated. Thank you and congratulations, Susan, again for winning. We will contact you via email to help get that book out to you soon.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, it'll be pre-order, just so you know, because it actually doesn't come out till May of next year. And I think, yes, Allah is on here. I don't know if you're close by, Allah, but the actual creator or co-creator of this book is here tonight with us. Are you here, Allah?
Hey, I'm here.
Yes, there you are. Allah, y'all, this is the actual one of the writers of the book. Is Erica here?
She's not.
Nah. Okay, but so happy to have you here. We are so excited about this book and how it's come to fruition. This was a long time coming, I know, for y'all, and a lot of hard work. And COTAD, a group of us got a chance to help edit this and get to have a sneak peek of the amazing content that's in it. So I'm so excited for you, Susan, to have it. But thank you, Allah, for sharing this with us. And if you want to say some words, great, but you don't have to. I know you weren't expecting to.
No, I love all of it, a lot. Thank you for spotlighting this. Thank you for collaborating. It was the past hour or so presentation. There's the reason why I reached out to COTAD, was because of the work they've done and the outreach they've created. And so both from a personal and a business sense, you go to where the work's been done instead of repeating the wheel, and COTAD has done the work, and I appreciate all of it. Yeah, I love you all, and thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Allah.
So we've got a little bit of time left. If you all need to leave, that is totally fine. But there were a couple things that we wanted to do before we go. If y'all would like a moment just to connect into some breakout rooms, we could do that. But if folks want to go, I wonder if we could maybe just take like a screenshot of all of us. If you're able to turn cameras on, please do. But, you know, no worries if you can't. I just want to see as many of your beautiful faces as we can. Yeah, awesome. Yay. Maybe if you want to pick a reaction, We'll get our group picture going. And then Jay, maybe I'll have you take a screenshot for us once we're lit up on the screens here. Yeah, awesome. It's so good to see you all here. Yay. All right. We got some? Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Both slides?
Yeah, Jay, did you get a screenshot? I think there's like 2 screens of people. So okay, throw up your reactions again. Yeah, don't forget to smile or not.
Everyone looks beautiful. Just want to say, give it like another 3 seconds and then throw up another reaction and that other screenshot. You're doing great, everyone.
Thank you, Jay. Awesome. So let's just take, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes max just to chat in breakout rooms and connect. We'll leave it open and unstructured, however you want to connect with each other. I'll leave that up to you all. And our committee members, maybe we can hop into some different rooms. But Whitney, I'm going to have you set up the breakout for us. And again, if you need to leave, no worries. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
So I'm gonna just do kind of a random assignment, but you can always, just collaborate and connect with the folks that you end up with. All right. All right, here we go. Hopefully that will do it. Oh, wait, let's see. Did that? Oh, yeah. Did that work? Or is everyone going to the same room?
So important to show, just to show, oh no, it's okay. How important it is to take up space in many spaces and to be present and to be at tables. Dr. Bonner is an incredible OT that has done international work, but also sits on the VLDC with AOTA. And as you know, I also hold a role at AOTA. And how when we take these hats don't go off, but that we can continue to be in these spaces, and just share our knowledge and our skills as we sit at different tables, right? And so I call that the power of infiltrating in a way that's really important to make sure that all people's voices and are just heard. So I just wanted to shout you out, Dr. Bonner, if you're here. But thank you for being here, because I think it's really important to show partnerships and collaborations with multiple organizations such as AOTA.
I'm coming off mute, sorry. Thank you so much. I was trying to reconnect and everything. Thank you so much.
Did you hear me? Okay, good.
Yeah, I heard you. Thank you. Connecting has been amazing, and being able to do work and just being able to just collaborate with everybody and not feel inadequate and just feel like I'm a part of a family that all cares, feel like I'm a part of a family that we all have our own passion and purpose, but for the purpose of our profession and for the people that we serve, whether that be locally, internationally, or whatever community that we are a part of. So thank you so much.
Thank you for joining the space. We welcome you, and we're happy that you take up multiple spaces too. It's very important. So that's my lesson too, that we take up space and we should be proud of the spaces we take up, and we shouldn't be ashamed of the spaces that we take up, and we should be able to take it up in our full selves. So hope that That's my farewell on that. Dr. Johnson, I don't know. Dr. Santos, Dr. Takar, it's all y'all. Jay, Sean, everyone in this committee is on this breakout. Okay, I've just named everybody, so I don't know. Thank you for being here, everyone.
Yeah, I know we're at time, but I think Dr. Santos, you had some parting words, and then we'll bid farewell.
Yeah, thank you all for staying until the end and for connecting. It was so nice to hear from you all. Yeah, we just want to thank you for being a part of this extraordinary journey that is COTAD. And so I'll just leave us with this thought, here's to a future where diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice aren't simply goals and statements, right? But the very foundation of our profession. So with that note, cheers to COTAD and cheers to all of you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Being here.
Good night.
Night.
Well, stay with us real quick. Yeah. Dr. Bonner, we love you. We appreciate you. We're happy to
Thank
have
you. I'm like, where's the leave button?
I
All right,
don't
y'all.
people only see your face.
All right.
Oh, there she got it. All right.
Maybe we can stop recording, Whitney.
Yeah, we can stop.
All right, y'all.
Y'all